I was moving a Christmas cactus a few months ago to water it, and a big hunk of it fell off. And I stuck it in water, and it got roots, and look, it's going to get flowers. It's got quite a few buds. Yay. Kate Winslet's fashion spread or story in this magazine was photographed by Annie Leibovitz. The first ad we see is a Louis Vuitton ad, and we have Emma Stone. This ad was in the last magazine, I think Vogue, that I did, but there are a couple other outfits that weren't in that other magazine that we can look at. So this is that sheer, detailed, beaded tank dress, a mini tank dress. It's $16,500. It's made in France, and she's wearing a draped wool jacket over it. That's $9,100. This is the Go 14 bag for $67.50. This was all photographed in Paris, in front of a very historic looking building. This is a trumpet sleeve print hourglass dress. It's $65.50. And it's made of mostly wool for winter time. It's made of about 80% wool. And then here we have a top stitched leather boxy jacket for $6,200. And she has on a technical fabric jacquard slit pant for $31.50. They are 65% polyester. The bag is a camera bag for $3,450. Over here we have another technical fabric, the coat. It's a scuba trench coat for $8,200. And the bag is a vanity case for $53.50. Then it folds out. It's a huge ad, first ad we see. And all of these outfits were in the last Vogue magazine video that I did. We have the pleated A-line dress again for $4,900. The halter neck micro check waistcoat for $36.50. And the different bags. Got into more detail in my last video with those. So they paid a lot of money for that ad. First ad, fold out. And here we have Prada, Conversations with a Flower. This ad campaign has a lot of actors, Hunter Schafer being one of them, but in this, it's only one ad, and we have Letitia Wright. Looks like she's having a conversation with maybe a black-eyed Susan. They have these life-size flowers in each of the ad. It's really lovely. With a black background, I'm pretty sure with all of them. This is a cotton and satin jacket for $5,600. And it's military green. And the ARQUE, I think that's how you say it, shoulder bag for $2,700. This is shown in cognac. It also comes in a beautiful travertine green, black, and white. Here's a Fendi ad. It's a high-waisted midi skirt for $19.50. It's a light gray wool flannel. lace top with the sweetheart neckline. Is made of viscose, and it's 1950 as well, with the Delfina high leather boot for $4,600. This dress that this model has on is long. We can't see the bottom because we have the Fendi here. But it is Napa leather, and it's $7,200. This interlaced leather bag, pretty sure it's called the origami bag. These shapes are anyway. This one just happens to be the interlaced leather. I think it's $5,200. I think I found the right one. However, I might be wrong. When you go on the Cartier site, you can go to cultural dialogues in the Cartier style. Discover the collection at Cartier.com. And they feature several different regions of the world. One of them is Russia. This particular necklace comes from an Indian influence, and I'm pretty sure it is in the tutti frutti style. Isn't it lovely? It has sapphires and rubies and emeralds. I couldn't find this particular necklace, but that's definitely that style if you have looked at Cartier jewelry. And it's meant to resemble leaves and buds and berries in a plant. We see a beach scene, somebody with a cape walking in water, and some camels in the distance. Here we have Zoe Kravitz for Saint Laurent on a dark couch in a dark dress. I think they're mainly focusing on these cuff bracelets here, though. This ad campaign in this magazine is only 2 pages, but this is photographed by Gray Sorrente. Hailey Bieber is also featured in some of this campaign's ads, as is Kate Moss. They have a lot of different cuff bracelets on their site if you go look at them. But I'm pretty sure that this is a silver wavy cuff, and it's about $1,200. And then you see her beautiful tattoos. And here we have Maya Jama as photographed by Stephen Meisel. The Dolce & Gabbana campaign. She's stunning. She's named after Maya Angelou. I found out in reading a little bit about her. Her mother was Swedish and her father was from Somalia. This is a polished calfskin sandal for $7.95. I couldn't find the dress. I had a hard time finding it, and I'm pretty sure it's a dress. It's very much like a lingerie looking piece. Got red hair, red lips, red nails, and all of these photos in this campaign have her in very sexy positions on this piece of furniture, black furniture. Either vinyl or leather, I can't tell. And here we have Zendaya for Bulgari. And she has on a Serpenti watch as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of Serpenti. 75 years of infinite tails, and there's the tail end of the watch. This watch has a diamond encrusted face with diamonds going through the band. I don't know if this is the most expensive Serpenti watch. I would imagine that it's not. See the detail. This watch is 4.85 carats and it's $66,000. Now, as with a lot of this jewelry, it comes in different price points. You can get this watch made of all steel for $12,000. You can get this watch for $20,000 in a combination of gold and steel. You can get this watch in all gold for $47,000. Or they have the diamond, the heavy diamond presence ones, and they're very expensive. They have a cheaper variety though. Here we have Emma Corrin for Miu Miu. Later on in the magazine, Chloe Sevigny is featured. She is a longtime Miu Miu person, and she, I think, describes it well as saying that Miu Miu is kind of the little sister of Prada, the less serious version of Prada, Prada being their parent company. Anyway, here we have Emma Corrin, mostly known from The Crown, I would say. And she's got on a very warm-looking winter outfit. A silk jersey pant for $11.20. The pea coat is $5,500. And the bag is $3,600. Isn't that wonderful? You could fit a lot of stuff in there. It's black, as pictured here, but if you go on their site, it also comes in a military green and a pomegranate yellow. Looking very sleek. Here we have a Tiffany & Company ad with Florence Pugh, fresh off of her Rock Stud campaign for Valentino. This is a 4-page Tiffany ad for Tiffany Black. Again, these have different price points. You can get them in all gold, the bracelet, some with very heavy diamonds like this one. Some with half diamonds. They come in the different colored gold. If you got one in all gold with no diamonds, it would be about $7,500. The half diamond, half gold is about $15,000. And the pave diamond is $40,000. They have a lovely variation of this bracelet. If you go on Tiffany's site, they're calling it the Rosé edition. We have Rosé coming up here, but if you want to go look at it, it's just lovely. Either that or maybe I can find a picture of it, maybe. But it's rose gold with pink sapphires. The rings are $3,500. And these lock bracelets were inspired by an 1883 padlock, and it symbolizes an unbreakable bond. Here we have Rosé of Blackpink. She has on the lock earrings. And for the all gold with no diamonds, they're $4,400. With the diamonds, they are $6,500. Same thing for the necklace. I think anyway, unless I read it wrong. So there's one without diamonds, and there's one with half diamonds. I found out a little bit about Rosé. Somebody on my last video told me who she was, and I had since found out. I've read a little bit more about her, though, just to know. She was born Roseanne Park. She was born in New Zealand to South Korean immigrant parents, but she was raised in Australia. I thought that was very interesting. She's a lovely young lady. And she is one of the Tiffany ambassadors now. And here we have Kaya Kerber. I think it's only one page. It was 4 pages, the last magazine, but there are different outfits, I believe. So this is on Long Island, as photographed by Stephen Meisel. She's at Oneka Castle Hotel. And this is the black tie campaign. She has on a black tie in this photo. The coat is mohair and virgin wool boussole. Boussole. Have you heard this word before? I have. I kind of knew what it meant, but it means a looped yarn, or the fabric that results from a looped yarn. It's $7,600 in a beautiful bright red. It's made of wool and silk. It is $520. And this is not a skirt, it's a skirt. So they're shorts. It's crepe couture. I think it's just the prettiest thing in the world. With the boots, with the feathers coming off of them. I didn't look up the boots, I'm sorry. This is $7,000, and I think it would be worth every penny if you had $7,000. That's a work of art. The bag is rock stud. I'm pretty sure this is the East-West handbag made of calf skin. It comes in red as well. It's $33.90. I love that rug. And here we have Bottega Veneta. And I know that this is pictured on a man. And when you go to look it up, it is in the men's section. But as a female, I want it too. And I think that anybody who wants to wear this can wear this because it looks so warm, doesn't it? I love it. And this is wool. They're calling it a long dress. It's pale lilac. They're made in Milan. These were all photographed in different places in Milan. I tried to look up what this is. They have these things in Milan called igloo houses that were built several decades ago for people to live in. And I was wondering, maybe it was one of those. I don't know. I looked it up for a while. But anyway, let's get back to this pale lilac dress that I want. It's $1,900. Doesn't it just seem so warm and cozy? And this is beautiful too. This is a long dress for $7,700. And it's made of a fine ribbed wool, this floral dress. And it seems comfy too. This floral pattern was inspired by classic mythology. It's embroidered. I tried to look what I think is a skirt and blouse combination by Banana Republic. This lovely model with her beautiful braids. I had no luck. Banana Republic has a lot of items on their site when I go to look things up, and I can never really find anything easily. It might be a dress, but I really think it's a skirt and top, and I'm pretty sure it's the same on both pages. Banana Republic has very reasonably priced clothing. If you need a pretty outfit to wear to a holiday party, go ahead and go look on it. Here we have Sophia Richie, Lionel Richie's daughter, for David Yurman, introducing new sculpted cable. It's lovely. And again, we have different price points with the sculpted cable line, depending on how many diamonds they have in them. I think her name might be Sophie Richie Grange now. I think she just got married. Now, if you want to treat somebody or yourself to a special holiday gift, when I went on the David Yurman site to look these items up, they have an offer, a holiday offer. Your gift will arrive in a beautiful cream and fawn box. And you will get the 2023 Dove Christmas ornament free with your bracelet or your ring or your earrings. So this is his iconic cable carved to catch light. All the diamonds are hand set. These also come in various widths, one of them being 4.5 millimeters, one of them being 6.2. Obviously, the price changes. I did find a bangle. I don't know which of those widths, but I found a just gold bangle for $4,000 and one with diamonds for $7,700, but I think it was the smaller width. They have plain gold band rings for $1,300. They would make a beautiful wedding ring. The most expensive earring I could find was $2,800, and that signet pinky ring is encrusted in diamonds, and I'm pretty sure that was very expensive. But they also have a plain gold signet ring. This is coming up in the magazine. It's Raquel Zimmerman. This is a Louis Vuitton dress. We will see this again, this exact same photo. Photographed by Mark Borthwick. This Louis Vuitton dress is luxury bustier dress for $5,000. Here we have Emma Watson for Prada. Paradox, the refillable fragrance. A new intensity. Lovely bottle. She's got a lovely pixie haircut. It smells lovely. I can smell it from here. The Run Through with Vogue, the only podcast that takes you inside the world of Vogue. Max Mara. Found out some stuff about Max Mara. We've seen this ad before in the last Vogue, I think, the big fall Vogue issue. Max Mara was established in 1951 by this man, Achille, like Achilles, Maramati. So the Max in the name is a superlative, like Maximo, maximum, and Mara speaks to Mr. Maramati's name. Did you know that this company, Max Mara's famous teddy bear coat, is celebrating their 10th year? And they created a fluffy residence pop-up in China to celebrate the anniversary. I have a picture of it to show you. Here's the bedroom with a big teddy bear. And here is the TV room. If you go on their site, you can see more pictures. It's really cute. It's no longer there. It was only for a brief period of time in October. But in the 1960s, this company developed a creative studio to research the expression and personalization of outerwear. A lot of it's based on men's outerwear. We have the leather bustier belt again in this ad, like the last ad, at $10.50. I think everybody's wearing their biker boot, which is $12.90. The Napa leather gloves are $5.45. And then we have the masculine wool coats. That's what they're calling them. $3,500. We have Versace. The Greca Goddess large tote for $26.50. More long gloves, this time by Versace for $1,100. This is the Medusa 95 wool and silk bustier top for $14.90. I wonder where these two are. They look like they're on a balcony somewhere. We have Giorgio Armani. Giorgio Armani has a new made-to-order offer. If you go on their site, I read all about it when I was looking for this clothing. It's made-to-order crafting elegance. They will make you garments to order. That's not what this is, though. I thought it was. Here we have Grace Elizabeth and Malika Lubak. This campaign is Serene Elegance, and it is capturing opulence and comfort. And there are a lot of silk pajama pants that they have a 1940s feel to them, very relaxed. I mean, what would not be more relaxed than a silk pajama pant? Except I would be worried that I would ruin them. Anyway, this bandeau top is really all I could find with certainty. It's $18.95, and it's made of linen and silk. A hard time finding things. But you can go on the Valentino site. She's got on a long boot there. I mean, I think I found the pants, but then I couldn't be sure because I'm sure all of these silk patterns look different according to what garment you get. I've seen this wonderful ad before, Michael Kors collection. Photographed in Greenwich Village. This is Urban Bohemia. The wool Melton overcoat. This is in camel. They both have it on. $3,500. It also comes in a wonderful forest green. The double-faced wool slit skirt for $13.90. It also comes in a Merlot, a dark red. And the Samantha wool gabardine short for $600. Here we have Vittoria Soretti and Inokiai. I love that campaign. Copacabana Palace. Are you going on vacation to Rio? Well, this is where Rio starts. Copacabana Palace is seen by Duramel, Belmond.com. Wouldn't that be wonderful, especially if you live somewhere cold, to go to Rio during the winter? Here we have the letter from the editor, and they talk about Lee Miller. They photographed the photos for the Kate Winslet piece on the grounds of Farley's, which is the historic home of Lee Miller that she shared with Roland Penrose, her husband, for 30 years, I think, in Sussex, England, and their son Anthony is in at least one of the pictures that we will see, photographs. Very interesting lady, and here she is, the real Lee Miller. Here's a Swarovski ad. Now, if you go to the Swarovski site, you can get their advent calendar. Somebody get it. Somebody get it and make a video of what is in it. I think, I'll let me look it up. I didn't write it down, but I remembered. It's $1,300 at least, I think. From the stores that I'm looking at, that's what it is. But maybe somebody already does make a video of an unboxing. Look at these lovely green, all emerald green crystals. This is a Millennia pendant, that big one, with an octagon cut stone, $225. The one under it is $400. And these cat's eye sunglasses are $280, and they come in pink too. Now, the big buzz with Swarovski, if you do go on their site to look any of this stuff up, is the skims. The crystal encrusted skims that they have. I think one of the Kardashians was just seen sporting some. Her lovely hair. What a lovely face. So if you go to their site, that's one of the first things you will see are the skims with the crystals. Golden Goose paid a fortune for their ad. This is, I think, an 8-page ad. Golden Goose has high-end, a lot of sneakers, but they have other things too for man, woman, and child. Maybe even pet. I don't know. But here we have Suki, who is a British actor, singer, songwriter. So she's the first ad for Golden Goose. Next we have, I'll have to look at her name. Everybody's names on these, in the small print on these photos, but it's hard to see. This is Quanah Chasing Horse. Her middle name is Rose. American model and actress for Golden Goose. This is Dr. Wu, the LA tattoo artist, very famous. This seems like an interesting guy. He's looking at a rug. He has tattooed the rich and famous, Drake being one of them, and Miley Cyrus being another. You can read all about him. He's got a lovely family. And here we have Sunny, I think it says. She's a South Korean singer and dancer. I'm sure all of these garments that they're wearing are on the site. They have a lot of items on their site. And this is Yo. And I love his last name. Novembre, maybe? Does it just mean November in Italian? I don't know. He is an Italian architect and designer. Fabio Novembre. You can read about him too. He's done a lot of, he has a whole portfolio of wonderful installations that he's created. This is Hyundai's luxury car, Genesis, right? Am I saying it right? Yeah. Lux is in the details. Look at this luxurious. I assume this is where you put the gears and the car gears into place, because I see the R&D. They're very nice cars. Here we have all of the things that are coming up that we get to read about. Gutenberg, the musical, starring these two. Another photo shoot. And then we have Karine Jean-Pierre, the press secretary for the White House. Here's the Genesis car, the GV60. That's what it looks like on the outside. All electric. This is an ad for Ritz-Carlton. Here you are on arrival. You're just a bud, and then you bloom. Here you are on departure. A lovely ad. You arrived a bud, you departed a bloom. Ritz-Carlton. How will a stay leave you? It's a good ad. Here we have Kate Winslet for Midnight Duo from L'Oreal Paris. Luxury skincare doesn't have to be a luxury. You're worth it. I wonder if Kate Winslet, who could afford any type of skincare, although she laments over the lack of financing for her film, but I wonder if she really uses L'Oreal. Repair skin barrier in just one night. This sounds very interesting. It's a book written by Martha McPhee. Yes, they show a picture of it. Omega Farm. Martha McPhee's written several books, but this chronicles her life. Sounds very interesting. Growing up on a farm with a bunch of other kids, and her stepfather, who was an unlicensed Gestalt therapist. And there was a lot of adult nudity. But these kids, they just went along, right? It was the 70s. So here she is pulling the wagon with child, probably brother, sister, or step-sibling. This is on Memorial Day, 1974. Everybody, they're making a band. It seems very interesting, and I think that I will love it. Here is Loro Piana. If you go on their site, they have a whole selection, I should say collection, called the cocooning section. What could not be more lovely than that? And they have their wonderful sweaters. This is a cardigan in the cocooning section made of cashmere, $2,500. It's white snow. They also have a brown and something that they're calling kasha. It's more like a camel color. We saw this ad in the last Vogue. It's John Hardy introducing the Spear collection. These flexible bracelets with the diamond little, what would you call that? A cuff, maybe? It's not a clasp. You slide these underneath. There are different price points with this, as with everything. You can get a silver one for $1,800, and the gold is $6,500. This lovely sweater that this model has on, one on each wrist. Here's more about our Omega Farm book. My stepfather was convinced he was helping women realize their full potential if he sometimes slept with those same women. Well, it was the 70s after all. This is Devin Garcia. Here's a Victoria's Secret ad. The Tour 2023. Watch on Prime Video. This is the Love Cloud collection. It sure seems awfully cozy for winter, and they are focusing on all body types, as they should. There's our book again. Check it out. Check that memoir out if that sounds like something you'd like. This is Ad Woa Eboa. I hope I'm saying your name right. Ed Woa. British model for Victoria's Secret with wings. this is an exhibit that, is it still out? Yes, it is. September 13th to January 7th. It is in the East Sussex town of Lewes. So Charlie Porter curated this. Bring no clothes, Bloomsbury and fashion. Bloomsbury, speaking of the group of creative friends that Virginia Woolf had. Here she is in 1911. Here's Charleston, home of Vanessa Bell and Duncan Grant in East Sussex. This is a painting by Vanessa Bell. And this is a fan by Duncan Grant, the artists that live in that home. The exhibition explores how the Bloomsbury set, how their influence underlined their radical understandings of feminism and sexuality. If you're in England, go check it out. It's a beautiful painting. Here's a Chopard ad. And I guess this will be my jewelry ad that I was the most obsessed with in this magazine, because there's no Van Cleef and Arpels ad, which is usually my favorite ad. You can't tell what color this is because it's a black and white photo, but you can go to their site and look. It's a work of art. It's a bluish color, a very, very pretty color. And here we have Julia Roberts. This is made of ethical white gold, and it's $89,600. You would look under L'Heure de Diamant. I think that means the diamond hour. There's a whole collection of watches. That being one of them. The earrings are as pictured. I couldn't find them on the Chopard site. I could find them at Saks Fifth Avenue, and they are $84,000, I think. We have this Chloe Sevigny piece, and she was interviewed in her, I think she was on a Zoom call in Connecticut at her parents' home with her son. She had escaped the city because her husband had something to go on for, I think he has some, yes, he has something to do with art galleries, her newer husband. So she went to stay with her mom and dad, and she talked about her brogues that she had received. Miu Miu and Churches, the British shoe manufacturer, are collaborating, and they've created a shoe that they probably sent to her, being her a long-time collaborator herself, and she loved them. The whole outfit, I believe, is Miu Miu. So that's a double monk strap shoe from Church and Miu Miu. Her first runway show with them was in New York in 1995. I think there's a picture on the next page. Just 2 years after her movie Kids, which wasn't for everybody, but she's picked some interesting and oftentimes very inspired film projects Chloe has. I really like her. My husband and I rewatched Big Love a few months ago. We've watched it 2 or 3 times. She's great in that. Everybody is. Here's an ad for Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. Look at those lovely bracelets. Eau de parfum. I have an old magazine that I'm researching. It's from the 60s. It is. It's from 1967. And my husband saw it on the dining room table. And he said, you know, the Chanel ads and look haven't changed at all. And they haven't. I think it's it can't be a Woman's Day magazine. It must be it's McCall's, I think. There's Chloe in 1996. And there's Miuccia Prada at the recent men's show. She's asked, have I outgrown Miu Miu? Then she laughs. I hope I never do. There's a sophistication to Prada, and I don't know if I'm quite there yet. Miu Miu is fun. I love their fall clothing, the polka dots, the preppy look. I love it. This is a great eBay ad. Here's Twiggy with a Louis Vuitton bag. This is photographed by Bert Stern for Vogue in 1967. And here she is photographed by eBay in 2023. They've tried to recreate it. She's so lovely. Coming full circle. Doesn't look much different, does she? They've done it with another ad. This is Paulina Poroskova, Vogue 1992. They've recreated it with Rita Ora, now in 2023. Here's Christy Turlington for Vogue 1986. And here's our 2003 version with Wisdom K. Wonderful. And here are the different photos. eBay.com/decades of authenticity. eBay is telling us if we buy these high-end items, they will guarantee their authenticity. I would be so scared to buy, to pay a lot of money on eBay for a purse or a garment or anything really, and not be duped. What about you? They're trying to gain our confidence here. This is a Michigander like me. He lives in New York now. This is Drake Carr. Drake Carr's provocative artwork imbues fashion illustration with a louche glamour. Here he is in New York. And here is one of his drawings. He's from Flint, I'm pretty sure, 30 years old, went to New York City 2015. And he's making a splash with his artwork. It's continued on, and we can see more. His first fashion drawings were informed by his childhood infatuation with superheroes. Reminds me of my own kids. They used to sit and draw Batman and Spider-Man all the time. Here's Dooney and Burke of Norwalk, Connecticut. Quality leather goods since 1975. This is genuine Florentine Vachetta leather. Hobo number 26, $298. Yes, here are more of Drake's photos. This is Rose, 2023, and Julian and Kenta, 2023. He is a bit awestruck by his recent rise. There are moments when I feel like a country mouse in the city. I bet he does. This is a piece about Italian designer Luca Nichetto and how he has brought these prints from the company Ginori that he always thought back to his Catholic communion days when they would give out little dishes as keepsakes. Ginori is a porcelain firm that has been around since 1735. Here are some of the colors of all the dishes that they have in Florence. And he has created a line with those patterns, a line of fabrics. The items range from $280 to $11,000, and they are available at Ginori's locations. They have lamps, furnishings, and fabrics. Here's Estee Lauder's campaign to raise money for breast cancer research. High-tech hydration, Noble Panacea. What is it? A revolutionary approach to face oil arrives just in time with the changing of seasons. The packaging is very cool. I don't know if you can see it. You can look it up too. You can buy it at Nordstrom. You can buy it at Saks. You can buy it at Bloomingdale's high-end stores. It's about $400. There's a story by Chloe Shama. Lost and Found. Recalling a beloved Chanel lipstick, Chloe searches color databases, high-tech marketing tools, and the complexities of memory. This is Raquel Zimmerman wearing a Bottega Veneta parka. This lady, Chloe, had a search. Maybe sometimes we all do it. You know, sometimes you find that shade that's just right. She's talking about lipstick here, but it can be really about anything. I think maybe a lot of times foundation, when you found that perfect color. Well, this happened to her, and she details her search for the color of lipstick. Memories of color are elusive. When a favorite hue is gone, how do we recapture it? It's a great story. Here's an avocado mattress, Sleep Organic. And here is the author. She's at a wedding. She's wearing the lipstick. I think these are her kids. This is her sister-in-law's wedding, wearing that coveted lipstick. The lipstick was not even 1/4 used when it vanished. As Elizabeth Bishop put it, the art of losing isn't hard to master. Isn't that the truth? Here's Miley Cyrus for Gucci Flora. Beautiful bottles. Jasmine, gardenia, and magnolia. Green, pink, and lavender. Hashtag Flora Fantasy. Here she is again. Look at that choker. And she's with a kitty cat. Ralph Lauren Pink Pony. This is their breast cancer campaign. That was in October. We're a little late, but you can still join Ralph Lauren if you want to help them fight against breast cancer. He has signed it. Pink Pony. Here's a Zeoman ad. Frown lines redefined. Discover the smart toxin. This is a story about the hotels being offered in Majorca. I think that's how you say it. I'll show a little map. I had to look it up. I knew it was around Spain, but now I know for sure. I found this little map to show us where it is. Here are some of the places you can stay. The Hotel Corazon. And this is the Grand Hotel Sonnet. You haven't experienced true Iberian hospitality until a gin and mandarin cocktail has been ferried to you poolside as a honey-colored sunset dips behind the mountains. Here's Sierra. This is an ad by Goldman Sachs. Apparently they are helping her, I assume financially. Maybe they're giving her investment advice. But she is raising and has raised money, $10 million for pediatric cancer research, and is somehow entrusting the management of that wealth with Goldman Sachs. And they're telling us, why don't you too? And you can if you want. Here's an ad for Eminence Organic Skincare. Retinol alternative. all the benefits of retinol without the side effects. And this is what they have instead. I've never seen this. Bakuchiol and I've heard of that, niacinamide. It seems like it's quite effective, according to the, it says right there, according to the users, Bakuchiol. See, they knew I was going to sit and read this. Bakuchiol and niacinamide. With the same results as conventional retinol. Well, I don't know. Here are the books. Roman Stories by Jhumpa Lahiri. Oh, a delectable sun-washed treat. A series of tales set in around the Italian capital. It's told from the perspective of natives, expats, migrants, and other transplants. That sounds very interesting. And here we have The Vaster Wilds by Lauren Groff. Lauren has long been fascinated by stories of female survival, and her new novel places her protagonist in extreme circumstances in the early period of the Jamestown colony. Ooh, that sounds good. This doesn't sound good. When a famine decimated almost the entirety of the settlement. Wow. It's a page turner, it says. Will she survive? The Secret Hours by Mick Herron. It's a spy novel. Starring the British Secret Service. Vengeance is Mine by Marie Denaye. Winner of France's prestigious Prix Goncourt. It has the magnetism of a thriller and the mysteriousness of an existential riddle. Ooh, it sounds kind of dark. There's murders. Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward, who wrote Salvage the Bones. It sounds very good. The novel is not for the faint of heart, but the story, as told in Jesmyn Ward's musical prose, is nothing short of epic, magical, and intensely moving. There's another ad for a hotel, but in Dubai. This is it. Very fashionable lady here. Introducing the most ultra-luxury experiential resort in the world. I don't think I can go if I can't say it. Atlantis the Royal. Oh boy, I wonder. Well, grab some Balenciaga clothing if you're going to go. This is photographed in their Paris space that they are renovating. Of course, Cristobal Balenciaga was from Spain, but he built the house in Paris. He built the fashion house. I think they moved to this in 1937. And they're just photographing this campaign in front of they're embracing it. They're embracing the construction. They are often shown with construction materials in the background. Let's see, and wires and what. Isn't that a lovely gown? I tried so hard to find this gown. I could not find it. I know it's embellished. I don't think it's a dress. I think you would say it's a gown, right? Couldn't find it. I did find this, the deconstructed wool gabardine coat for $55.90. The double front pants for $2,300, I think. And the Monaco large chain bag quilted for $44.90. That almost looks like a piece of luggage. I'm pretty sure that's the same bag. This is a deconstructed trench coat for $5,600. And I couldn't find that pretty gown. So lovely. Looks so beautiful on that model. With her beautiful dark chocolate skin. The Art of Being Lee Miller. Lee Miller was a photographer, a war correspondent, a fashion model, an art world muse, and an adventurer. And this was Kate Winslet's role of a lifetime. She fought hard to get it financed. Again, this is photographed in the historic home of Lee Miller. And this is a Stella McCartney vest and pants. It's Vogue. We have to throw some fashion in there. Mrs. Miller had a close friendship with Pablo Picasso. He painted her several times. This one is from 1937. And here she is with a bunch of artists. Miller's life spanned the 20th century. In the 1930s Paris, she was lover and collaborator to Man Ray and part of a surrealist band of artists and poets. Kate Winslet says of weathering the business as a young actress, it did absolutely toughen her up. It gave me a profound understanding of what it means to play Lee Miller. Look at this sumptuous photograph of all the greenery in the background and this wonderful Emilia Wickstead coat, Prada shoes. I think those are the same shoes from the cover. I love that coat. That is Lee Miller's son, Anthony. He's also her biographer. This is a John Smedley cardigan, Erdem pants. Here are some of her reports from Vogue, June 1945. She documented the end of the war. And here we have Kate Winslet recreating her famous, Ms. Miller's famous photograph in Hitler's bathtub from 1945. You can read all about Ms. Miller, and you can watch the movie. It's out. That meadow is just so lovely. Louis Vuitton pants, Laurel piano shirt. Lounging on a wooden lounge chair in an English forest. Basic Instincts. This is all Raquel Zimmerman. This is a Prada coat. And this is that Balenciaga trench coat. From here, I'm pretty sure it was Vittoria Ceretti. You know what that's the same coat. Here she is again. And the shoes are from Church's. Minimalists rejoice, yes. Elegantly unfussy shapes come with a playful sense of possibility this fall. I'm all for it. This is nice. Stella McCartney bustier dress in that wonderful camel color we're seeing everywhere. And a robe bag. On the mannequin, Alexander McQueen. There we have some reds. This is a scarlet Ferragamo coat and a Louis Vuitton dress. What are the shoes? It doesn't say. This little babe, isn't she cute? So here she is. The mannequin has on Gucci bustier. This is all from the row. There's that Louis Vuitton dress again. It's a sculptural dress. Oh, look at her beautiful hair. those are boots. They're by Balenciaga. This is a Dolce & Gabbana coat. And this is an Hermes dress. Those boots are really something else. The bag is from the row. Make you look twice. This is Victoria Beckham. Oh, isn't that lovely? And what do we have here? I never know how to say this. I'll have to look it up. Kate. Khaite. Maybe it's Kaite. That is very minimalist and stylish. I love that. Joe Sandler. And the skirt is Elena Velez. And here's our little friend again. This is Nakamura Dangerfield. A Mackie dress. M-A-K-I-E. Mackie Clothier.com. I tried to look up Mackie Clothier to look, is that what the dress is with the flowers? They're in Tokyo and New York, and they're by appointment only. You can't order stuff off their website, and they don't open till noon. That's the other thing I learned about them. All right. Here is Karine Jean-Pierre, if you are into politics, making waves. She's a young lady. What do we have her in here? It doesn't say anything about the fashion, which I'm surprised because usually these things do. It's Vogue. She's prepared for her entire career for the moment she's in right now, says Valerie Jarrett. Oh, this is Gabrielle Hearst. A quality of directness, blunt with a touch of compassion, is Jean-Pierre's currency at the briefing podium. That can be currency with any job. This is a Victor Gimod dress. That's wonderful, isn't it? Look at the stripes. Is she in her apartment? Probably. She's very stylish. Here we have Josh Gad and Andrew Reynolds. If you watched Girls, you'll recognize him. They are in a play that it's new to Broadway, but it's been around for 17 years. I want to see it if it ever comes to Detroit. This play is Gutenberg, and it's a love letter to musical theater. It debuted off Broadway 17 years ago, and it was created by a couple guys from the Upright Citizens Brigade, or at least in that theater group. It's a two-man musical comedy. These young men were both nominated for Tonys for the Book of Mormon. Who knows, maybe they will be again. Their careers were transformed. They were cast as missionaries in that play. This sounds very funny. It's the Gutenberg part of it speaks to the inventor of a printing press, and they built a whole musical around it. This is Anlaya Anu. They have a new leader, and it's Peter Mulier, and here he is. Let's see what he can do. This is the first time that he has ever led a fashion house. He has been around for a while. And Julianne Moore, the actress, is a big fan of the Anlaya brand. This designer has an eye for the past and a vision for the future. We'll get to see some of their beautiful fashions in the coming pages. This dress and belt, and look at that. That cuff. That blue, it's just lovely. I'll never be able to say the model's name. Awar is her first name. Adhyang. And Victoria Fawal. They look alike. They have the same haircut. This is Peter's Antwerp apartment. He was once told, "I don't think you're an architect. I think you're a fashion designer." Here is his apartment, again in other shots, with different artwork that he owns. Here's model Jean Cadieux wearing an Alaya coat. Alaya felt so specific to Azzedine, the original creator, that it seemed impossible for it to happen again, says Julianne Moore, but Peter has managed to do it. It'll be interesting to see what's coming. Here is our lighter skincare article. Sensitivity training. Gentle skincare is the regime du jour. Does that mean less is more, or creams and serums galore? They do an investigation. If the company's trying to sell us stuff in the magazines or on TV or on your phone or however you get your media, if they have it their way, it will mean more. But when I saw this, I thought of something that happened to me years ago. I was playing bar trivia with a friend, and she brought her young woman, she was probably young woman daughter, young 20s, let's say, and her skin just glowed. Amanda. I said, "Amanda, your skin is glowing. It's perfect. What's your secret?" And she says, "Oh, I don't do anything. I don't do anything to my face. I might wash it with soap if I'm in the shower, but that might be the secret, everybody." But we all know that the skincare industry is worth zillions and zillions of dollars. This is a Tory Burch shirt. What do you think? Happy feet. The season's most covetable accessories don't hang on the arm, dangle from the ear, or clasp around the neck. They're boots. Shiny, sparkly, even plumed. We saw some plumed boots, didn't we? Maybe we'll see those again. They're still perfectly walkable. These are Giuseppe Zanotti with a Louis Vuitton belt. No, I'm sorry, the belt is from the row. This is a Louis Vuitton pullover. So Giuseppe Zanotti boots, and what are these? Victoria Beckham jacket. She's got some great stuff out, doesn't she? Alexander McQueen boots. Those have a Michael Jackson feel to them, don't they? And then we got a couple cowboys here, stretching out, getting ready to dance. Jimmy Choo. Tory Burch dress. Givenchy dress. Maison Margiela boots. Oh, there's her. Oh, the fringe is from the dress. I thought maybe the boots were fringe. Do they have those Valentino boots here? This is, the clothing is from the row. The boots are from Dior. Oh, there they are. I knew they would have them. There's those boots from Valentino. Oh, and there's the polka dots from Miu Miu. I love that outfit. So there's those boots that Kaya Gerber had on in the ad. They're very much making a statement. Feathery Flight. Everything here is from Bottega Veneta and Irina Shayk. Yeah, Miss Valletta wears Givenchy boots. Wow. And a Louis Vuitton dress. These, I think they're these people won out of 60,000 submissions the Vogue's first ever global open casting initiative. Here's the 8 finalists. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of these people. They look happy. Here are their, I guess, headshots on Polaroids. And this is a Versace dress. Oh, isn't that pretty? This is a lingerie type dress. Marc Jacobs. You can buy it at Bergdorf Goodman. Here are more Polaroids. Having all of us together, it felt like a close-knit community of dream chasers, says Ms. Mahmood, one of the finalists. Oh, I bet they're going to go on an adventure of a lifetime. Tricks and Treats. This was an October magazine, so we have to go back to October for a minute. Alexander McQueen cardigan for a couple $1,000. Saint Laurent bag, $1,100. Dolce & Gabbana dress. This reminds me of the Marilyn Monroe dress, but red. A Pat McGrath Labs palette, $128. Oh, look at those wonderful gloves. They're Versace. I think all the Versace gloves are pretty much $1,050. At least all the gloves, that number sticks out to me. And those are Halloween colors. Aren't they wonderful? Louis Vuitton, $2,500. These pumps. And then Fortnum and Mason Amaretti tin. Pretty, $40. Laurel Piana bucket hat, $14.50. At myteresa.com. Gucci Beauty lipstick at Sephora for $45. Look at that dress. Rodarte at modaoperandi.com. That's nice if you need a dress for the holidays. And the bottom is so pretty. $16.95. Max Mara coat. Christian Louboutin eyeshadow at Nordstrom. You could buy it just for the beautiful container. J.W. Anderson tote bag. This looks familiar. This is Daniela Villegas. She was just in one of the magazines that I did. And Alaya Bustier. Maison Alaya. We just read about with Peter as the director. That is $15.80. Vogue.com/shopping. Here's the continuation of our articles. And I just want to tell you, Kate Winslet's favorite kind of potato chips are salt and vinegar. Get the magazine. It's good. If you want to read all the articles. We have a Louis Vuitton bracelet at the end here, inspired by shifting tectonic plates. This Louis Vuitton jewelry bracelet, and there's also a coordinating necklace. It consists of a string of diamonds, an oval cabochon cut opals. What's a cabochon? It is a gemstone that has been shaped and polished as opposed to faceted. And
usually applies to opaque gems. So anyway, they have a yellow gold chain link and a bunch of brilliant cut zircons. And sparkling throughout are 320 custom cut diamonds. In the opal section detaches. The piece's name is Rupture, and that can create a second bracelet.
Look it up. That's what you will. I'm sure you can find it. I didn't realize the high-end jewelry that Louis Vuitton had. I just went on their site looking for that. I'll never find it. I've got to get to work. Somebody look it up, though. This is Brunello Cucinelli, Italian craftsman, really. They also have a focus on comfort. It's a very monochromatic ad. And then we have Natalie Portman with Miss Dior. What a pretty ad. It's just pretty. She's pretty. Her dress is pretty. The bottle's pretty. Blooming bouquet. Got through the whole magazine. And I don't think I fumbled too much. But thank you for joining me. And thank you so much for watching.